The nominator. Okay. Now, I'd like to give you a brief explanation of what the Nominator Campaign is and what the last quarter criteria was like. The Nominator Campaign is a community-driven initiative by the Africa Wiki Women community to recognize and celebrate African women within the Wikimedia movement who do exceptional work through leadership, innovation, capacity building, and so on, by allowing the community members nominate these women who, in one way or another, contributed to this growth. This campaign was launched last year, 2024, and we have spotlighted and celebrated these women by telling their stories across our various social handles. And today we are happy, okay? I want to see like drum roll or clapping in the chat to unveil the two nominees of the 2025 last quarter nomination. If you are on the Africa Wiki Women community platform, you would have been sitting over time since the beginning of 2025. We send flyers into their community platform or nominate your woman in Africa for the NominateHer Campaign. So now we have two nominees for the 2025 last quarter. And the first person, the first nominee, is Sandra Aceng. Sandra Aceng. Unfortunately, quite unfortunately, Amarachi is still unable to join the call. We're supposed to have a picture being displayed, but I can assure you, if the picture can't be displayed, Sandra is going to speak. So you're going to see a face live and direct. Okay. This is someone I call a powerhouse, and I really have my reasons. So I'm going to read a bio before I call on Sandra Aceng to come on board so we could see a face. Sandra Aceng is the executive director of Women of Uganda Network, where she champions the integration of gender perspective in digital rights and ICT-related policies. She is a gender and ICT researcher, policy analyst, writer, and Wikimedia. She recently served as the advisory group member for the 2025 UNFPA Global Symposium on Technology Facilitated Gender-Based Violence. As a Wikimedian, she has led the Act Plus Feminism, Wikimedian for Human Rights, Wikipedia for Refugees, and Wikilove's Earth project. Focusing on Wikipedia skills, community norms, and best practices on Wikipedia, Wikidata, and Wikimedia Commons. She has also contributed to other Wikimedia projects, such as Wikigap, where she was recognized by the Embassy of Sweden in Uganda in 2020, 2021, and 2022 as a top contributor on closing the gender divide on the Wikimedia-related project. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, with a clap innovation, I want to see a clap innovation in the chat. With a clap innovation, please join me in welcoming on board Sandra Aceng as she shares her stories, some of her challenges, and recommendations this evening. Sandra Aceng, over to you. We'd like to see your face. We want to hear your story. Sandra Aceng, welcome on board. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation today. Over to you, Sandra.
Thank you, Emanuela. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I cannot switch on my camera, but
Oh
I'm
my
here
God.
joining the call with my niece, and she's all excited. And she was telling me how she really loves your voice. I wanted her to first greet you. By the way, she's 11 years old. Amara, say hi.
Hi everyone in the meeting.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
So that is
Hi.
my niece. I'm very excited to be part of this important meeting. And a shout out to all the Wikimedians joining from Uganda. Yesterday we had a training on a mega editathon, and very excited to see some of the faces. I see Brenda. I see also Sharon, who is also part of the Wikimedia Community User Group Uganda. So yes, very excited to be part of this meeting, especially joining with with a young person who is also learning how to do all these things that I do. So, Emanuela, do you want to guide me on how I could move on?
Oh yeah, sure. So we just want you to share your story, just succinctly, and maybe some of the challenges you've actually encountered being a Wikimedian and working on women-related issues, and also recommendations. We have women here, young women all across Africa, that would really be helpful to them moving forward.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So maybe I could start with the positive. I think for me, being part of the Wikimedia Community User Group Uganda, what was interesting was that I joined through the Wikigap campaign that was being held, and at that point they were doing trainings or for different women's rights organization, and the organization that I worked for at that time was one of the organization that was being trained. So what stood out for me was me being able to join the community, but also being able to join the core team who are leading governance, who are doing a lot of work in being able to shape the community's goals and all that. So my first time was when I joined, was leading Wiki for Human Rights as one of the projects that I led, and very excited that after leading that project, I also been able to work with different Wikimedians, including Sharon herself, who is on the call. So one of the strengths that I would say that made me grow to who I am is being able to have mentors who are able to show you what to do, what to do. But also that starts with you being able to know what you want to do as a person, and being able to show up in a space as a Wikimedian or any woman, and being able to know what do you really want, in this space. What do you want as a person, and how do you show up? And that means being able to show up in a space where there's around 100 people, and being able to find out how you can and being able to show up, being able to show up as a person, but also being able um, to be able to be shown what to do in the space as a Wikimedian, as a whole. So that involves mentorship and being able to know that if you show up in a space, how are you going to shine, or how to shine as a person, um, with over 100 people in the space. So one thing that you have to do is see how you can help, and maybe um, using the skills that you have. By then, I used to love social media, so I did a lot of communications, and I would always volunteer myself to say, "Oh, I can actually do this," and that made me stood out from very many people that were able to do a number of work that they were doing. As Wikimedians, but also people like Alice Chibombo, who were also some of the people that I was assigned to help me. Geoffrey Katerega, who is also part of the community in Uganda, and also being able to network and identify sisters from across Ruby and everyone on the call who has in one way or the other, you just have a conversation with, and you're able to learn a few things from each and everyone. And one thing I would say is that as a Wikimedian, you need, or anyone or any woman, you need to be able to show up in a space and identify what's your strength and how you can use that strength to influence your community. If you're good at bringing people together, use that skill and do it with one heart. what I usually tell people is that anything you're doing, people are watching what you're doing. And some people will be kind enough to tell you that, oh, you actually doing something that is good. And some people will give you feedback. So that is what really makes you grow and start to identify your strength. Challenges is that I think being a Wikimedian requires passion and being able to juggle between your full-time job and being able to do the work that you really love. So being able to identify time, and I always tell people that what you do and you love, you'll always find time for it as a person. So usually having the network of sisters across the continent, Africa as a whole, but also being able to know what as a person you want, because challenges will be there. The aspect of time. I remember when I used to do editathon, I would wake up very early. I'll have a full-time job. Then I'll wake up at 5 and then do editathon until maybe 7:30, and then continue with my full-time job until maybe 5, go to the gym, come back, and then continue to edit, because I know that at night, that is the time when reviewers are actually reviewing the articles and actually having them approved. So by the time you wake up, all your articles that have been approved, and a few have been, of course, deleted, as we know as Wikimedians. So one of the challenge is that there's still very few women who are editing or writing about wiki bios or profiles on Wikipedia by women. So we need to see how do we work together as Africa Wiki Women to close that gap, and that involves being able to first identify the challenges. And very happy that the Africa Wiki Women have been able to do a number of this already by conducting research. And now is the time that next year we see how to work together across the continent to close this gap, but also being able to see how do you balance your full-time work as a woman with your traditional roles that are unpaid care work with the full-time work, and being able to see how to juggle that. And for those who also I have seen in the movement is being able to see how do you come with your child and then you don't have unpaid care work. So we need to see how do we then really improve the participation of women in the movement by having some of those benefits and working spaces that really encourage more women to be able to contribute more on Wikipedia, but also being able to ensure that more work is actually being done by women, for women, and by women. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Sandra Hatching from Uganda. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. I'm sure quite a number of women and young women here would have been able to pick one or two things from what you have said. And one thing that really stands out so much for me is collaboration. We all across the continent, we need to work together. We really need to work together. And so if you're on the call, you're a young woman from Nigeria, Uganda, any parts of Africa, you can always reach out to Sandra Aceng. On LinkedIn, you'd find her on LinkedIn at Sandra Aceng. Yeah, because when she was speaking the other time, she said when she started, she had quite a number of people who were there to help her, the likes of Haliru Bobo and others. So it's not a one-man journey. You're not a lone worker. You need people, you need support. All right. So feel free to reach out to Sandra Aceng on LinkedIn. All right, thank you very much, Sandra, for that. We really do appreciate. Moving on, then the second nominee is Ramatu Haliru. Ramatu Haliru. I'd like to. The person on the slide, can we have the picture of Ramatu Haliru being displayed so people can see her face? Thank you very much. Ramatu Haliru is an academic librarian at the Arewa House Library, Center for Historical Research and Documentation, Ahmadu Bello University, Kaduna. and she works as Research and Evaluation Director in Liberian Spotlight African Initiative that promotes visibility and respect for African Liberians. She is a passionate advocate for library and information sciences services. She has been actively involved in promoting open knowledge like information literacy, digital inclusion, and information accessibility in Nigeria through community building and mentorship of youth and women in Kaduna State. Ladies and gentlemen, Wikimedians, with a clapping ovation, please welcome Ramatu Haliru. Ramatu Haliru, I'd like to say before I give you the virtual microphone, I'd like to say please, let's work with time, okay? So I'll give you 3 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna be gracious. 3 minutes. I'd like you to speak a little about your journey, your challenges, and recommendations succinctly. Thank you very much, Ramatu Haliru. Over to you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good evening, Ramatu. We can hear you. All right, go ahead.
My journey really started in 2020 during the COVID-19. We are sitting at home, so I was opportune to be part of the first African Librarians one ref campaign. That was when I learned the skill to advocate for open knowledge. Since then, I've been trying to promote digital literacy through this Wikimedia project. I've really done a lot of campaigns that really inspire me, campaign that has to do with women, inclusiveness, representation of the Northern women in the Wikimedia platform. And my challenges, well, challenges as a woman, like the previous presenter said, one of the challenges that we women face is like you are not only a full-time Wikimedia, you are a housewife, you are a mother, and again, you have your own professional engagement. So maneuvering those things is one of my major challenges. And again, coming from the northern part of Nigeria, where women voice are not really heard, so some people see it as you overdo and you overtalk. So those are the major challenges. And how did I used to overcome these challenges? One, I have passion for what I do. So with my passion, I don't look at what people say about me. Since I know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to empower our northern youth, especially the women, to be self-reliant through this digital literacy skills. So I use my passion as a way to overcome those challenges. And also I use time management. I manage my time a lot. So from Sunday, I plan what will be my activities for the whole week. How did I do that? And what moments stand for me? Being the founder of Wikimedia User Group Kaduna Network and Wikimedia Kaduna Network being one of the best, most active network 2024 and 2025 really is a moment of I'm so happy and glad to see that my network win twice and being a woman leader of that particular network and beating other networks. So that is a very happy moment for me, and also for the Wikimedia Nigeria recognizing our effort in the Nigeria network is one good thing. And again, I will encourage Nigeria women, especially African women, young women, to be committed and have passion for whatever they are doing. You'll be able to identify which skill do you love most, then you have passion for that skill, and then you can move and be patient, tolerant, and also collaboration is one of the key thing. And again, there are special people that I really need to appreciate in all my journey. I will really appreciate Bukola James because she was really the one that really guides me a lot when it comes to those skills. My first project, she's one that really support me to do my first project, which is Wikimedia awareness among librarians at Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. Then Alice Kokumba also did a lot during the African Library Initiative. Those courses, I was part of those courses, and she really guided me a lot. And other whose name are not mentioned, but I really appreciate, like Dr. Inkem, she was also an inspiration to me during my joining, and others. So once again, I want the young Wikimedians in Africa to manage their time effectively, and also they should have passion for what they are doing. Because I used to say, if before now, I know Wikipedia, gaskiya I could have go more higher, because then I was not married, and again, I was not having kids. But now with kids, marriage, children, and all those things, I still try my best. So I want young people to do better than we are doing. Once again, African Wiki Women, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be on this platform. And also for all those people that nominate me, seriously, I really appreciate your nomination, because I didn't nominate myself. I don't know. So once again, thank you very much for this platform, and I hope we see next year in peace and in happiness. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, Madam Haliru. Ramatu Haliru, thank you. Firstly, I'd like to appreciate you for keeping to the time. You didn't disappoint. Beautiful. Thank you. Now, one thing that you can connect from Ramatu Haliru's story to that of Sandra Aceng is, having someone to help you in your journey. And Ramatu mentioned the likes of Bukola James, Alice Kimbobo. And that is to tell you that you need people who could help you. You need mentors, people who could guide you as you start out within the Wikimedia movement. And also, beyond the Wikimedia movement, you can be a one-man mopo, you need people around. From Ramatu Haliru's story, if you did not pick that, I want to say it again, so you might want to just pen it down. Passion. She said, do not listen to the naysayers. She didn't care about what other people had to say about her. If you do good, people are going to talk. If you don't do anything, people would still talk. So do not live to please people. If you're passionate about something, go all out. Do your best. Give your best to it. Do not care about what people are saying. Oh, you're doing too much. Your honor is too much. If you want to really achieve and break the glass ceilings, you have to really, close your ears to all of those naysayers. Thank you so much, Ramatu Haliru, for sharing your story. Thank you, Sandra Aceng. All right, I'm moving on. Okay, so right now we're moving to the next thing on the agenda. And when we started the call, I specifically said, it's been a long time coming for us as a community. We were seated like this in 2024, trying to have a recap of what 2024 was like for us, and, look forward to 2025. And, I just feel like it was yesterday we did that, and today we are here again. Now, it's been a long time coming for us as an organization, as a community. And we really want to hear from you as our community member. We want to hear from you. What are your feedbacks so we can do better in the coming year? Without the feedbacks, we wouldn't know what to improve on, what we can do better, and how we can better serve you, because we are here. The Africa Wiki Women is actually here because of you. All right, so the next thing on the agenda at this moment is the community feedback. And the link to the Mentimeter will be shared in the chat box. The person on the slide, Pascaline or Marachi, please. Yeah, the link is in the chat. The link is currently in the chat. We want to hear from you. What are your feedbacks for us as a community? What can we do better in the coming year? How do we improve so we can better serve you, so we can better include you? How can we be more inclusive within the Africa Wiki Women community? All right, let's dive right into the Mentimeter. What are you waiting for? Okay. If you're looking at me right now and you're yet to click on the link, you're not doing right, okay? Click on the link. We want to hear from you. We need your feedback. It's actually very, very important for us to hear from you. All right. Okay, for those who are just joining the call, if you're just joining the call, thank you very much for joining us at this time. I would like you to check the chat box. Go to the chat box. A link has been dropped in the chat box. We want to hear from you. This time around, we're having the community feedback. So kindly click on the Mentimeter link, and we want to hear from you. What are the feedbacks you have for the Africa Wiki Women community that we can work with in the coming year? Thank you. All right. Pascaline, do we have responses yet? I'd like to know. Can you please share the screen? Pascaline, I'd like to know, are we getting responses? Amarachi Okoro, please, I'd like to know, are we getting responses? Let me know once we have enough responses so we can move ahead, please. Thank you. All right, thank you, everyone. We want to get your feedback. What are the feedbacks you have for the Africa Wiki Women that we can work with in 2026? Thank you.
The screen is up. Can you see it, please? Kindly confirm.
Right, Amarachi, the screen is loading.
All right.
Okay. Okay, your screen is loading. I can see your screen right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Social this is taking time.
All right, while we wait for the Amarachi screen to come up, please click on the link in the chat, drop your feedback. Thank you.
So it's up already. All right, so here we are. All right. Emanuela, can you hear me, please?
Yes, Amarachi, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right, so we want to know the Mentimeter is not responding. It's taking time. All right. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Really appreciate it. So, yes, so we are back on track. Just like our host rightly said, we, the Africa Wiki Women, we want to get your feedback, how you feel or whatever you want to put out there. So we already arranged this slide to help us streamline, the feedback that we wish to get regarding different areas. So how would you rate your overall experience with the Africa Wiki Women activities this year? So I already have 19 people signed up for this slide. So how would you rate your overall experience with the Africa Wiki Women activities? I mean, we've had our campaigns, we've had our editathons, we've had streamlined projects, we've had our podcast, our capacity building project. So how will you rate your experience with us? All right, so I can see that good is rating, then excellent, very good, fair. All right, so we just need your unbiased feedback to help us in the coming year 2026. All right, voila, kindly mute. Thank you so much. You have a very nice voice. All right. So moving on. So which Africa Wiki Women project had the most impact on you? So we have the leadership and mentorship program by the Africa Wiki Women, right? And we also had the Accelerating Action for Gender Equality, which we had for the International Women's Day celebration. We had the Skill Up workshop, which was streamlined to meet our capacity need and build us to become better Wikimedians in the community. So we also have the Wikidata Birthday celebration. We had the Edit Her Africa 2025, and we also concluded the Visible Wiki Women Campaign 2025. So we wish to know which of the programs had the most impact on you. You know, during one of our programs or projects, we had women who, for the very first time, had their first ever Wikipedia article posted, and without any comment on their talk page as to bringing it down and all of that. So I guess for individuals like that, it was actually the Edit Her campaign for that year month was the one that stood out for them. So I want to know which of the projects stood out for you, where you did your very best and you felt so proud of yourself. All right, thank you so much for your responses. So now we want to know the challenges that you faced while participating in the Africa Wiki Women project. We want to know your challenges. What was that singular issue or situation that hindered your active participation? So we have time constraints, we have technical challenges, you know, being unable to access a particular link, or maybe you're clicking on a link and it's not coming up, or maybe the time of our programs, we're just clashing with your work schedule or your personal time, or, you know, your activities for the day. I also have the lack of confidence due to lack of skills, because we have some individuals who wanted to give their all this year, but because they didn't have the right skill, their confidence level was actually lower than all of that. So we also want to know if you were, if the barrier you faced was language related, right? We wish to know, right? So we need you to give us your feedback. This will enable us plan ahead for a better 2026, because feedback help proper planning and execution. So we also have the internet and the connectivity factor. So kindly use the slide. We have 22 people signed up, and I'm just getting 13 responses. Please, let's do well to put our feedback here, so to help the Africa Wiki Women team plan ahead for the 2026 project. All right, so I'll move on to the next slide. What support would you like to see more of in 2026? What support do you want to have? Now, there is no option. You're meant to, put it there. What support? I mean, support is peculiar to individuals, so we want to know the area that you'll be needing our support, so that we can be able to render them or consider them when making decisions. All right, I'm here to get any feedback for this particular slide. If I'm not getting any feedback, that means, personal mentorship. Hope you signed up for the leadership and mentorship program by the Africa Wiki Women. We also have the stipend support, the reimbursement support. All right, Bukola, go ahead, please.
Yes, I just want to also say that participants can drop their comments in the chats for those that are unable to access the Mentimeter. would
In the
take note of the
chat.
chats and copy them.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for drawing my attention to that, Bookie. All right. So we have I'm finding it difficult to navigate through the chat and the slides. But here, so I can see that some persons want personal mentorship, and all thanks to the Africa Wiki Women project, we have the LMF program. We also have the On Wiki Skill program, which will help you, skill up your Wikipedia skills and beyond. So we have the reimbursement support, data support, stipend support. Now, for this particular support, I also want to bring to your notice that Africa Wiki Women always try to make provisions for participants to support them with data reimbursement, right? So all you have to do is make out time, contribute, and then you get reimbursed, right? So also have technical support. For that too, we also have our Skill Up workshop, where you'll be taught how to navigate through, it's a knowledge-packed series where you have a whole lot of trainings, and one of which is also the technical support and the rest. So new members support. So I think Irat can also drop the link to the WhatsApp for the newbies. It's a friendly space by the Africa Wiki Women to help us, pay attention to the new Wikimedians in our midst. All right, so I have creating articles, right? So for any program that we have, we plan for trainings where members are taught how to make edits based on the Wikimedia project that we are working on. So if we are working on Wikipedia, just be rest assured that a Wikipedia training will be done. If it's for Wikidata, a Wikidata training will be done. And if it's for Wikicommon, just mention the Wikimedia project that we have. So any project that we have that is related to any of them, we'll have trainers come on board and teach us what we need to do to be able to work or do our edit for that particular campaign. So thank you so much for your feedback. We really appreciate. So moving on. All right, so what is that one thing that you want Africa Wiki Women to improve or introduce in 2026? An idea that you want us to implement? We want to hear from you. I'll also check the chat to see. Monella, maybe you can help me. I can't see any feedback in the chat.
Okay, Amarachi, just focus on the Mentimeter. The chat has been taken care of.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you. So what is that one thing that you want Africa Wiki Women to improve on or to introduce? An idea that you want or you have, we want to hear from you. This is why we have our community roundtable. It's not about editathons today. It's not about this training or that training. We just want to hear from you, right? This is the opportunity for us to have a discussion as a community. All right, I'm still waiting. So if you're not putting any comment here, that means you're good with Africa Wiki Women. Oh, mentorship for men. All right, so the Africa Wiki Women will have to look into this. Thank you so much. Beautiful programming. I didn't really get that. More articles, contest. Of course, we'll put that in place. Everything is perfect now. Thank you so much. Enough media coverage. Okay. This media coverage is not clear enough. to be best if we get a clearer understanding of what you're trying to say. A date with my young self. Okay. Okay. So what do you want the Africa Wiki Women to improve? The men, they're actually serious this period. So Africa Wiki Women will have to think of a way to mentor men. All right. Communication. All right. Okay. This is duly noted. We will ensure to improve our communication come 2023 because communication is key, right? Communication is, as human beings, communication is just as very important as anything because without communication, we just have a disoriented community. So thank you for that. Please be informed that our team, we are noting all of this and we don't take them for granted. Trust me. We really appreciate your feedback. All right. Moving on to the next slide. How excited are you for another year with the Africa Wiki Women? How excited are you? For me, I'm extremely excited. Like my joy is brimming. I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy that we have individuals who are excited to be with the Africa Wiki Women. All right, so if you know that you're not muted, kindly mute. All right, excited. Let's bring it on, please. We want to get our opinions, our feedback, you know. How excited are you for another year? Not just another year with the Africa Wiki Women, right? So we want to know how excited you are with the Africa Wiki Women. All right. So moving on to the next slide. We are appreciative. Thank you for your feedback. We really appreciate you. And trust me, your feedback have been noted and the Africa Wiki Women team will implement and streamline our campaigns, activities to meet our needs. Thank you very much. So I'll be passing the mic, the virtual mic to Emanuela. Please take it away. Is she there?
Right. I'm here. Thank you. Thank you, Marachi. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're moving gradually. Gradually, we're coming to the end of today's event. All right, Marachi, can you stop sharing the screen as we move to the next thing on the agenda? All right, thank you. All right, thank you very much, everyone, once again for participating in the feedback session. It really means a lot to us. It's been an amazing year it's been an amazing year for us as a community, and okay. Please, I need someone to mute everyone who is not muted. Please, we are gentlemen and gentlewomen. If you're on the call, please kindly mute your microphone to avoid interruption. Okay, I'm trying to get please, can we mute everyone? Thank you. So please keep your microphone muted to avoid disruption. Thank you very much. All right. So thank you very much, everyone, again for the feedbacks. We really do appreciate them. And we are going to be working with all of the feedbacks moving forward. That you can be assured of. All right. While Amarachi was, sharing the Mentimeter slide, I think the first question on the Mentimeter was, which of the Africa Wiki Women project in 2025 did you really like the most, was the most impactful to you? And on the slide, you could see the LMF, You could see the On Wiki skill and other projects. Now, the Africa Wiki Women Leadership and Mentorship Program is a 6-month program. It runs for 6 months, rigorous exercise, 6 months of hands-on experience on leadership skill, hands-on experience of, becoming a better version of who you are, literally. So this year, 2025, we onboarded some women across the African continent, and they spent 6 months, 6 good months with the Africa Wiki Women team. And it's been an awesome time for them all. So, would like to give an opportunity to one of the participants, so let me say one of the fellows for the 2025 fellows, one of the 2025 fellows, to share our journey with us succinctly. And I'd like to call on Bibi Anna from Okeke Chioma from Nigeria. Okeke Chioma from Nigeria, we would like to share a story with us. And before I pass over the microphone to Chioma, I'd like to say this. Why are we giving Chioma an opportunity to share our story? Is to tell you that the Africa Wiki Women Leadership and Mentorship Program is an highly impactful project, one that really transforms your journey, not just as a Wikimedian, but as a leader, someone who sees herself as a leader in the society, in your community. So when you hear from Chioma, you'd know that this is not exaggerated. It is live, real life. All right, Chioma, okay, over to you. Let's hear from you succinctly. Few minutes, okay. Chioma, 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Pelumi, for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Please,
evening,
am I
Chioma.
audible?
Good evening, Chioma.
Okay, thank you.
Audible, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Okeke Shoma Bibiana, and I am a graduate of Business Administration from Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I started my Wikimedia journey in my 300 level. That was on September 2022. So ever since I joined the movement, it's opened my eyes to the open knowledge world. I started learning about open knowledge, and then I started contributing as an editor. So most times I participated in contests and the rest, yes, doing campaigns. So that was my story, my journey before I joined the African Wiki Women Leadership and Mentorship Fellowship Program. So before I also, while I was not yet in the mentorship program, I was seeking for an opportunity to grow my impact because I was already organizing events. I was very active in my user group, Igbo Wikimedia user group, and also my network, Wikimedia network, that is Anambra network. I was very active, so I had the opportunity to partner with some facilitators, some coordinators. I also had the opportunity to host some events where I had to train people. But while I was doing all of this, I still wanted to grow and then make more impact and then let the movement also impact me in more ways than just editing and organizing projects. So that was when I came across the Africa Wiki Women Leadership and Mentorship program. And I decided to apply. And the reason why I actually decided to apply was for this reason. I've been having this keen interest, as I said, to grow and learn more. So I applied. Then also during the time for the call to apply, the call to apply for the program, I got to understand that we are going to be mentored by the boss ladies, Miss Bukola, Miss Ruby, Miss Peggy, and I was so excited. This is an opportunity I've been seeking for, an opportunity to learn and learn and grow in with people that are already more experienced than me, people that I know that they can nurture me and guide me through this path that I've been seeking for light on. So I started the movement, and when I joined, one of the very first things that struck me was the fact that we had to function
in a real-time work environment. Normally, I've not heard anything like that before. Yes, I haven't. Most times we just have the opportunities to maybe participate through editing and the rest. But this time we had the opportunity to work, like we became a part of the team within the 6 months. And it was no small deal. It was really mind-blowing for us. I won't lie to you, not just me, my colleagues. I'm not just speaking for myself, my other colleagues too, all of us that joined the last cohort. We are really excited because we got the opportunity to work in a real-time work environment. We had to work with the HODs, which we were our senior colleagues in the previous cohorts. We also had to work with the founders of the Africa Wiki Women team, Miss Ruby, Miss Bukola, Miss Peggy, and it was really exciting. And we had to learn within this time frame. We had to learn so much. And one thing that you have to take note of is we did not actually come with any qualifications. You might be thinking that we had some qualification, maybe because I was already an organizer and the rest. No, most persons did not even know how to even edit on the Wikimedia space. But we came in and we were nurtured. We had the opportunity to learn how to edit from scratch through other projects that were ongoing because we were part of the team. So now you know when there's an event or a training that is ongoing. So we participated in various trainings, Wikidata trainings, Wiki Commons trainings. So many of them during the skill up workshops. Because we were part of the team, we did not miss out in any opportunity in the community. So this was really exciting. And one thing for me, I had to function in the administrative team because we were given different roles to function in. So when I came in, I was given the role to function in the administrative team. And this was actually very insightful for me because, as I mentioned earlier, I studied business administration in Nnamdi Azikiwe University. And you know how the Nigerian or African educational system, but let me emphasize on that, Nigeria, most times throughout my 4 years in the university studying business administration, I never really had the opportunity to have an hands-on practical experience of how to actually be an administrator. But during this mentorship program, I will call it divinely. I was given the role to function in the administrative department, and this was so enlightening for me. I had the opportunity to learn how to coordinate projects, how to oversee projects, how to like start a project from scratch and execute it. I learned how to meet up with deadlines, how to be accountable for a project. So many. We also had the opportunity to even learn how to create meta pages. Like so many things I didn't even have a clue of. Because initially when I came, I was wondering how am I going to be able to meet up with all this stuff. I didn't even know how to create a meta page at that time, regardless of being an event organizer. I didn't even know what Mentimeters meant. The first time I heard about it, I was like, Mentimeter, like what's that? So the movement, the program actually helped me in a whole lot of ways. Another thing is during this journey, one of the most exciting thing I would say is my confidence level was boosted because I was able to moderate sessions. I was able to moderate sessions, and this helped boost my confidence and my communication skill. And this was very exciting for me. I would really like to use this opportunity. I don't want to exceed my time. So I would really like to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to the Africa Wiki Women's management and team. I am beyond grateful. The impact is immense. Words cannot express it enough. You can see how I'm trying to rush to communicate all that is in me that I wanted to communicate, but because of the time slot allocated to me, I will not be able to do all of that. But thank you so much, Africa Wiki Women team. I'm grateful on behalf of my colleagues. We are grateful. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We love you all. Thank you.
Okay. Bibiana, you said you didn't want to exceed your time, but you've already exceeded your time. But it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you very much for sharing your story. Before we move to the next person, I'd like us to take a screenshot at this moment. So from wherever you have joined us from this evening, kindly turn on your camera. Would like to see your faces so we can have a screenshot, a photograph session before we move ahead. All right. I hope Marachi or anyone within the Africa Wiki Women team is on ground to take the pictures. Please kindly turn on your cameras. You've been seeing my face from morning, okay? Let's see your faces. Let's see your faces. Thank you. Turn on your camera while we have the photograph session. Thank you. Please, once the pictures have been taken, kindly notify me so we can move on. All right, Marachi, Pascaline, or anyone, please. Are we doing that already? Have we done that? Are we doing that? And if yes, are we done? Time is not on our side. Sorry, I need a response from Marachi. Are you on the call? Marachi, Pascaline, Hirat. Let's someone take the pictures, please.
Yes, I'm taking the picture.
All right. Thank you. All right, thank you very
Me
much.
too.
Okay, I'm a person. In 2025, one of the many projects that the Africa Wiki Women undertook was the On Wiki Skill mentorship. Sorry, the On Wiki Skill project. And the On Wiki Skill project is a sustainable project. It's something that is still ongoing. If you are on the Africa Wiki Women platform, you should have seen the call for application for the 2026 cohort. The project, or let me say the program in this context, is a program meant for women across Africa who want to build their own wiki skills, like editing of Wikipedia, editing of Wikidata, knowing how to upload on Wiki Commons, knowing how to navigate Wikivoyage, and other Wikimedia projects. It is a program that really mentors women from the scratch about the policies of Wikipedia. Even if you're a newbie, you don't know how to edit, you've never done any edits on Wikipedia, you've never navigated Wikidata before, this project is actually meant for women like this across Africa to empower them with the necessary on wiki skills. So for the 2025 cohort, the program was actually implemented, established, whichever English you want to use for it, in 2025. And the first cohort, we had about over 10 women from across Africa. And at this point, I'd like to call on Deoden. I'm sorry, I did not get the pronunciation of that name from the Francophone community. If you are on the call, you might want to help me with the pronunciation of your name. Please, I'd like to hand over the microphone to you to share your story, what the On Wiki Skill program was like for you, in order to encourage other participants and to really tell more about the impact of the program the Africa Wiki Women community are undertaking. Over to you, Dowden. Hopefully, I hope I'm correct with that pronunciation. Thank you. Okay, Amarachi, Adele, you might want to help me with the individual. I don't know if she's on the call.
Je suis là.
Okay, thank you. Okay, please go ahead.
Ah, non, mais. Ah, d'accord.
Okay.
Bonsoir à tous. J'espère que vous allez bien. Moi, ça va super bien. Je suis Ndoura Deodi. Je suis Ndoura Deodi. Mon username, c'est Yustela. Je suis Wikimedienne RDC. J'ai rejoint la communauté Wikimedia en mars 2025 lors d'un atelier de formation organisé par Wikimedia à Goma. Ah, d'accord, ok. C'est comme ça que je disais que j'ai rejoint la communauté Wikimedia en mars 2025 lors d'un atelier de formation organisé par Wikimedia à Goma. Et dès lors, j'ai commencé mes premières contributions à partir de ce jour-là. Avec mon mentorat, avant mon mentorat avec Africa Wiki Women, je faisais juste des petites contributions, mais j'avais pas trop confiance en moi. J'avais beaucoup de lentilles en ce qui concerne la création des articles, leur modification avec le projet Wiki Commons, ainsi qu'avec Wikidata. Personnellement, j'œuvre dans le domaine des médias. Euh, j'ai remarqué que peu d'articles parlent de femmes et pourtant, nous les femmes, nous sommes là, mais nous ne faisons rien pour que les gens savent ce que nous faisons. Nous ne faisons rien pour faire connaître ce que nous sommes. Voilà. Et là, quand l'occasion s'est présentée de rejoindre la communauté Africa Wiki Women, à travers la session de mentorat, je n'ai pas hésité une seconde. Pour moi, c'était une occasion de m'impliquer à fond pour booster mes compétences en wiki, pour pouvoir créer des articles qui parlent de femmes, surtout de mon pays, la République démocratique du Congo. Alors, tout au début, avec les différents devoirs ici de nos facilitateurs, j'avais des difficultés pour catégoriser dans comment à référer les éléments et tout. Et ça n'a pas été facile au début, mais avec le temps, je n'ai pas baissé le bras et je ne me suis pas découragée. Alors, toutes les sessions ont été intéressantes, avec un grand départ. Mais parmi tous les projets de Wikipédia me semblait être un peu mystérieux. En fait, je me demandais comment les gens faisaient pour créer tous des articles ici. En même temps, avec beaucoup de restrictions, beaucoup de règles. Et c'est là souvent fait, nous les contributeurs, surtout pour nous les débutantes, j'étais frustrée. Et en tout cas, c'était le cas pour moi. Mais pendant la session, j'ai à capitaliser les compétences acquises. Et aujourd'hui, j'ai une perception différente. Donc, il y a une très grande différence entre aujourd'hui et l'autre fois. Alors, effectivement, oui, un jour, j'ai une histoire un peu marrante. Et on avait un devoir sur comment je devais téléverser 5 images comme ça. Et créer une nouvelle catégorie. Et moi, qui pensais avoir bien fait, j'étais la première à mettre des devoirs. Et lors de la correction, je vois que les liens que j'ai envoyés étaient vides au fait. Pour dire que j'avais fait les devoirs sans publier et je devais les répondre. Bon, c'est une expérience un peu fascinante. Et à chaque fois que je fais une contribution, je me rappelle toujours d'enregistrer. Alors, la bourse m'a beaucoup aidé. En tout cas, personnellement, ça m'a beaucoup aidé. Et grâce aux différents devoirs, aux sessions pratiques qu'on faisait, cela m'a permis de me familiariser avec l'outil et de me redonner encore la confiance en moi. Et actuellement, je contribue aisément sur Wiki en créant des articles, en référençant des éléments, en créant de nouvelles catégories d'éléments, voilà. Mais aussi à la prise de parole en public, parce que récemment, on nous a formé en prise de parole en public. Et l'objectif n'a pas été changé après la formation, après le mentorat. En tout cas, j'ai continué à créer des articles, des contenus féminins. J'ai continué à parler de femmes politiques congolaises parce qu'elles ne sont pas beaucoup plus sur Wikipédia. Mais aussi, je me suis donné le devoir de former d'autres membres de ma communauté sur les différents projets aussi. Alors, pour citer, je vais dire merci à toute l'équipe organisatrice. Un merci ne serait pas suffisant, je sais. À tous nos facilitateurs, merci pour leur patience envers les débutants, aux différentes connaissances partagées avec mes amis. Et à Madame Adèle Bisca, je dis merci, Madame. Elle a été pour nous, elle a été là pour nous à chaque fois qu'on faisait les devoirs et nous pousser pour mieux faire, pour donner le meilleur de nous. Et elle a été très patiente envers nous également, du début jusqu'à la fin. D'un cœur sincère et d'un cœur reconnaissant, je dis merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Dioden, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. That's Dioden from the
Merci.
Francophone community.
Merci
Okay.
beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You've heard from the
Merci.
horse's mouth. Maybe Anna and Dowden has shared their experience, their journey. The first for the Africa Wiki Women Leadership and Mentorship Program. The second for the Wiki Skill Mentorship Program. Beautiful, amazing, impactful program. And if you have not applied for the program yet, I don't know, maybe the window for 2026, the first cohort, or let me say the first quarter of 2026, the window might already, have been closed currently. But yeah, it gives you an opportunity to actually prepare and be on the lookout once the community release another call for application. All right, moving forward. Well, gradually, I'm coming to the end of today's program. And before we draw the curtain on today's event, I'd like to call in a Marachi Okoro. We're going to be having the highlights of the Africa Wiki Women community in 2025. Before now, prior to this time, I've mentioned some of the program, the projects that we've implemented in 2025, some that was implemented in 2024 and was just a continuation in 2025. So I'd like to call in Amarachi Okoro. She's going to give us the highlight of all of these programs and also what you as a community member, as a family member of this organization should look forward to in the coming year. 2026 is going to be massive. It's going to be amazing. If 2025 was impactful, if it was good, if it was amazing, you need to look for other words in the dictionary to qualify what 2026 is going to look for. So I'm already preparing your mind for what you should expect in 2026. It's going to blow your mind. Over to you, Amarachi Okoro. Let's have the highlights of 2025. And maybe let's have some music, okay? Okay, some music to cool the tension in the room or to just relax a little bit. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Emanuela. I don't know if you can hear the song that I'm about to play.
Okay.
Can we hear it?
No, Amarachi, we can't hear nothing. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, we can hear you now. All right.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ngilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ngilondoloze.
All right, thank you so very much. So before we continue with the music and all, I just want to have a slideshow. Emanuela, can you still hear me?
Yes, Amarachi, I can hear you.
To show us all our works this year, I'll be sharing slide with us. Okay. think this is for the
Sorry, Amarachi, please can you use the English interpretation option because the original audio is muted.
I didn't get that.
Could you kindly use the English interpretation option as the original audio has been muted?
All right. Let me stop and be setting. Okay. Is it up now?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So I'll have to share my screen. All right, so we want to have a highlight of our journey with the Africa Wiki Women for the year 2025. So this is us as a community looking back at what we have achieved in the last 12 months. All right, so we've had mentorship projects, we've had our editathons and campaigns, we've had our projects streamlined towards capacity building, and we've also had our storytelling projects. So for the mentorship and the mentorship program, the Africa Wiki Women inaugurated 9 fellows from 6 African countries, Egypt, Uganda, Africa, Ghana, Tanzania, Madagascar, and Nigeria. And these fellows graduated with a whole lot of impact and a whole lot of skills to give out to their communities. And we also had 25 mentees of women from various African countries for the On-Wiki Skill project. And this is actually for the mentorship program. And now for the capacity building, we are all aware of our Scale Up workshop. And in 12 months, we've had 10 trainings and over 400 accumulated attendance. So we had trainers who came on board, bringing our minds to skills that we need to scale as Wikimedians and as individuals in our various areas of life. We had the public speaking session. We had the monitoring and evaluating made simple. With I also had one with our own co-founder, Community Management Edge. Can you please mute? I don't know who is unmuted. Then for our editathons and campaigns, we had 6 projects and over 350 for this particular, for our editathons and our campaigns. The year started off with the Celebrate Africa Women in Wikimedia, which boiled down to the Accelerate Her. And then we had our in-person events for the year. We recorded 3 in-person events, one in Nigeria, one in Ghana, one in Botswana. And then we launched our Wiki Missing Sources, where we also had our in-person event. And then we launched our Edit Her Africa contest, which for every month we had a streamlined focus, and we had a successful contest. And then we launched the Wikidata contest. The Africa Wiki Women celebrated Wikidata's 30th birthday, and which we had our community members who came on board and contributed their own quota. And now to conclude the year, we had the Visible Wiki Women campaign, which actually was the last campaign we had for the year. Moving on. So for our storytelling, so in the last 12 months, we've had 8 episodes and over 32 subscribers. And we had women who came on board to, inspire us, teach and highlight their stories for women who are also in the Wikimedia community who are still coming up and who will find these wordings valuable. Then here is Africa Wiki Women project impact in number. So in 12 months, we recorded over 45 articles. We created over 45 articles about of Africa women on the Wikimedia space, on Wikipedia, and then we have over 2,000 articles. Over 2,000 articles were improved on Wikipedia, and then we also recorded 68 plus Wikidata items were created for Africa women, right? And then we had over 3,000 items of these women improved on Wikidata. And then for the Wiki Commons, we had 85 fresh uploads on Commons. We had 85 freshly uploaded files, pictures of African women on Wiki Commons, and we had over 180 images of these African women edited and improved, right? So now we had our challenges while we record our success and tell of our stories. We also had our challenges as a community. We had the low engagement on our podcast channel, and to improve that, we also want to inform us that our podcast is also uploaded on YouTube, right? You can go on YouTube and you can listen and build yourself. And then we have the low engagement on social. So now we have a timely reminder and post of the links to our various social media handles, and we also bring information details closer to our community members via our WhatsApp community group chat. Then we also had low participation by female editors in our community, and then an improvement was made, right, through our channel, our WhatsApp channel, where females were encouraged, to bring in their concerns and not feel shy. And then for the very first time, in the last 12 months, we saw women who came out, bold to say, oh, I'm stuck here, I don't know how to go about this. And then we had the Africa Wiki Women team jump in and assist them. So while we are happy that we're able to make this improvement, we still urge our community members to subscribe to our podcast channel, because we have lots of edifying and inspiring and impactful episodes there. And we also encourage us to, engage on our social media handles, as the work that Africa Wiki Women do can only be heard if we engage more. And then for the participation, we urge every African woman who is in our community to engage. You are the best person to tell this story. If you don't tell your story, nobody's gonna tell it for you, right? So don't feel shy. If you're stuck, if you're confused, you don't understand, just drop a message and you will see our superheroes and heroines come to your rescue. So yes, so we have our gallery, our 2025 gallery. We have our picture taken from our in-person event, our co-founder at the Wikimania conference, and also the in-person events that happened in Ghana, Tanzania, and the one that happened in Abuja. So yes, for the year 2026, so this is us having we are more like peeping. We want to see what 2026 has for us, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. We'll be inaugurating our 2026 fellows. Yes, I'm so sorry if I'm a spoiler, but I have to inform us that we'll be inaugurating our fellows for the 2026, and then we're going to have the hottest and more exciting episodes on our podcast channel. And also, the Africa Wiki Women will also be participating in the International Women's Day celebration through campaigns or maybe edit-a-thon. I don't want to be a total spoiler at this point, but I'm just giving you a tip of the iceberg. And then we have so much to offer. We have so much to expect come 2026. And right, from all of us here at the Africa Wiki Women, we wish you a happy new year.